Good morning, it's MJ, the creator of the Crow Tarot and the Wise Dog Tarot, and thank you so much for joining me this beautiful Saturday morning. It is August 17th. This is a general reading for the collective using the Wise Dog. If you're looking for the Crow Tarot readings, they are still there every morning, but they're on my Patreon page. They moved over to my Patreon page, so you'll find them there. And I'm really excited about just finishing up this deck. You know, right now it's at the printer. This Wise Dog deck is at the printer, and the journal is finished. And I should be receiving the mock-up here soon. So I'm really excited about that. I'll post a video so you can see what it looks like, what the physical book looks like. But I really am really excited about that. And then I started working on some new decks. So, and I'll get those posted. That's what I plan on doing this weekend, is just having a weekend of just creating. And while I'm waiting for the dog decks and the journals to come in. So anyway, the first card I'm going to pull is the current situation. This is where we are at this moment in time. It is the energy that is with us. It is the energy that it's available for us to tap into if we want it. You know, sometimes we attract it without even realizing it because it's just there in our subconscious. So let's see what these pups have. We start off with the lovely Queen of Wands. I love the Queen of Wands. For those of you who don't know, I feel like this is like my favorite card, regardless of the deck. I love the Queen of Wands because she has this just vitality to her. She is passionate. She is determined. She is this energy of like, there's just no stopping her, you know? But at the same time, she has this heart and she has compassion and she does have this connection to her higher self, but there's such a fire to her, which is why I put this wand engulfed in flames to signify her passion for when she gets into a task, for whatever it is she wants to do. Man, there's nothing stopping her. She's fierce. And so that's what we're working with this morning. We're working with this very powerful presence. And I mean, I chose this pup, and now forgive me Daisy for not remembering her name, because she just has that power. She had that strength. She's so muscular, and yet she has this lovely smile, and just her eyes have this compassion to them that I love that dog. So anyway, let's see what we're attracting, what energy we're drawing to us, what external influence may be coming our way as a result of this Queen of Wands. Oops. Oh. So here we have, I want to say this dog's name is Jack the Ripper. Because of the pirate. And this pup has one eye. He's blind in one eye. And so here we have the Five of Cups, indicating that perhaps we're so focused on something, on something that maybe isn't in our lives, or something that we may have lost, or a desire that maybe not so worthy of our attention, that we're missing out on something important. And so let's see what energy we have for advice. And this is that energy where the dogs, imagine them running through a field and they're retrieving some information for us. What is it? The Knight of Swords. Okay, let's get started, shall we? So here we have this powerful just presence within us, that we're determined. We have an idea. We want to move ahead. We want to go forward. We want to, see this, whatever it is that you have going on, we want to see it just sort of expand and become so much more maybe than what it is, right? We're in this like place where we're just like, let's grow this stuff. Let's get going. Let's make this happen. And you're using your resources, you're using your creativity, you're using this like presence that you have to attract people to help you, as well as, cultivate, your tribe in this sense. And so here you are, you're doing all this stuff. But what's happening, I feel like this is with the Five of Cups coming in, is there may be a setback where you experience a slight loss, or you experience something that directs your attention away from everything that's going on, all the good stuff in this world, or all the good things that are going on with this current situation. You may not get something the way you want it to look. It may not manifest in the way that you're expecting it. And because of that, you don't recognize, you don't see the opportunity. What you're focusing on is what isn't there. What you had hoped to be there, but what isn't there. And the message that this little bird is bringing is, hey, you've got something to build on right here. This is your strength. This is where you have opportunity, right? You don't see it because it's behind you, but it's glowing brightly. It's pushing away these clouds. Its heat is making those clouds dissipate. And so this focus right now is not going to be on what's going to serve you or serve your higher good. So be careful when you have something may not work out the way you expect it to work out. So when you're in this pursuit, when you're in this passion mode, and you're driving forward, and you have a vision in your mind for what you want it to look like, and you have it, and it's so crystal clear, you can see every little detail, you can feel every way, like the touch, on your hand, you can feel it, right? You know exactly what it feels like, and you can feel it in your heart, and you know exactly, you can see everything about this thing that you want to attract, right? You've got it in your head. Well, sometimes things don't work out that way. Sometimes we don't get exactly what we want, but we get what we need at that moment. And so what you may desire may not actually be what is going to serve you at that time. So if you get something else, you may poo-poo it because you think, well, this isn't what I had hoped for. This isn't what I had dreamed about. No. I had this crystal clear vision, and I'm supposed to be able to manifest exactly what I bring to my mind. But it doesn't always work that way. You may manifest, you may want to see a tree, right, with big apples all over it. But what if you get a tree and it has just leaves? It doesn't have apples yet. Are you going to throw it away, right? You don't know that later on down the road, the apples will appear. So it's like, this is like that throwing out the baby with the bathwater here. It's like, this is something where you may get something. It does not look like how you're expecting it to look at this time, but it has the potential to manifest into something that you're working on. So don't discard it. Don't focus on what you're losing or what you've lost or what you didn't bring into this world, because it's just not ready yet, right? And then because of that, you shift your attitude, and all of a sudden you're like, well, you know what then? I'm not going to have this thing that I desired, and it's not mine, and then poof, there you go. You just changed your vibration, and you just changed the message that you send out to the universe. And all of a sudden you're not going to get that thing because guess what? You just told the universe that you don't want it. It tried to give you the first steps. It tried to give you something that would help you get there. But you focused on how wrong it is or how it's missing the mark instead of on how much it can grow. So this energy here of the Knight of Swords comes in. And so this is like somebody who is very adamant on their beliefs, and they're very like, it's my way or the highway, and I'm just going to walk over your dreams, and I'm going to, and and it's not like they're doing it on purpose, right? This is like the energy of somebody who is just very determined, and they don't really take into consideration the feelings of others. There's somebody who's just like, they're so wrapped up in their dreams and their ideas and their beliefs that if they have a vision for what they believe to be true, they're just going to spout it off. And they don't really take into consideration that other people around them may have different opinions or may not see the world in that way. And they come across as being a bit blunt or a bit, sometimes like I find when I encounter this energy that they tend to be a bit boorish, it's like, we all know these people, these people who just like, they have this clear idea of how the world should be. I encounter this a lot with parenting, by the way. I encounter the Knight of Swords a lot with parenting, in that, there are people who are like, my child needs, all children need to be like this. And I'm like, well, my child isn't like that. Does that make me a bad parent? Or I don't do all those things for my child, but I do other things. Does that make me a bad parent in your eyes? So this is that energy that it's like, it's your way or the highway. You can't really see that there's other ways of thinking, and it's okay if you're on a plan, if you're on this trajectory and you've got an idea and you want it to look and feel exactly the way it's supposed to look and feel, and for some things that's great. But here in this case, the energy I get here is that you have this belief in your head, and it's like, it's that way or no way, and there's no room for nuance or for alternative interpretations. And because of that, that's why your focus is over here on what's missing or what's lacking in this vision that you've worked so freaking hard on, that you've brought into this world with this great creativity and this power and this intensity. And because you have this passion, it may not allow for other ideas to come in that may may challenge exactly how you see something. Like you may not be open to it. And as a result, you may put off some people as well. You may end up walking all over them or, crushing their feelings here. This little crab, I just imagine this dog cutting through the water. It's coming through this great storm. It's determined, has its sword, and you can see how the sword creates this line in the water. It's like drawing that line in the sand. And it's not even paying attention to this little crab that it's about to squish. It's just like, I am moving forward. I'm getting out of this storm. And so that's the energy I get with this, is that it's because you drew that line in the sand, because you're not thinking about other people's feelings, that you're unable to accept that perhaps although your vision is manifesting, if it's not manifesting how you expect it to manifest, if it's on the other side of this line here, you're not going to appreciate it for what it is. So I hope this reading makes sense. I hope that you take this as a little bit of a word of caution, that when you do start manifesting something, when you do start drawing something to you, be open, be less rigid, take into consideration how your actions impact others. Are you throwing away something that could help other people as well? This isn't just about you. Are you focusing on only what isn't right? So I hope this reading, again, I hope this makes sense. Much love. Peace. Bye for now.